Welcome to Schrodinger's Cast, where everything is true or not true until it is observed. It's a new background week, obviously. We have the total solar eclipse, April 8th, coming up in a couple of days. And there's a lot happening around the solar eclipse to where there's just too much to even talk about. So we're going to try to fill this episode with the solar eclipse and everything happening within that day or week. Starting off, obviously, we have the solar eclipse coming up April 8th. It's going to be a total solar eclipse, which one that comes over the United States in a fashion like this is what, like a 1 in every 100 or 400 year chance, or to even see it possibly.
I heard a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot. Whatever, anywhere from a 1 in 10 to a 1 in 400 year chance, something like that. Along with the total solar eclipse, I believe a national state of emergency was declared for some states, or state of emergency, because of the amount of people flocking to these areas, because of the amount of extra traffic, and then also what the solar eclipse might knock out power grids, because of what I read was because there's not much solar energy being collected during the eclipse.
That sounds silly.
Yep.
They're going to reroute all the power to CERN. So.
You have to hold your mic so no one can hear you.
Oh.
I mean,
I thought we had
What happened to our stands? Stands.
Yeah, I thought I was going to hold it. Ooh.
we have to go get more stands.
I know.
We're supposed to get 2 stands by this week, and we didn't.
3D print them.
Cuz I'm looking at you. 3D print some mic stands. All right. So yeah, they have the solar eclipse. I'm just gonna rattle off everything I've heard happening, and then we'll go through it.
We got solar eclipse.
So you got solar eclipse. You got CERN, the Hadron Collider, being turned back on the same day as the solar eclipse. You have the Devil Comet, which is a comet viewable next to Jupiter in the sky, coinciding with the solar eclipse.
The devil porn comet?
Devil Horn Comet, yes. It's
prawn.
Prawn. Sorry.
Prawn.
Not devil porn.
If you try to Google prawn
Devil
comet,
porn. It's not devil corn.
Pawn Brooks. 12P Pawn Brooks Comet.
Pawns.
Along with that, so you got CERN, you got solar eclipse, you got the Devil Comet, Pawn. Let's just call it Pawn Brooks Comet. You have NASA's launch of 3 rockets into the solar system or into the atmosphere to observe, if I believe right, the solar eclipse. They're going up to observe the solar eclipse. Specifically, I'm guessing the effect of an eclipse on the atmosphere or gravity. I'm not really sure. It has something to do with like the disturbances in the ionosphere. There you go. Created by the moon. Then, along with that, you have all of that coinciding with, I mean, if this is the same week, probably just coincidence, the earthquake in Taiwan, the earthquake in New Jersey, and a fun video you showed me earlier of the upcoming earthquake on...
Yeah, the eclipse earthquake.
The eclipse earthquake, which a newscaster...
Apparently
The ellipse quake.
Yeah, it has apparently slipped out along the path of totality.
He said something along the line. I'll see if I can find the video.
So are they using the ice cube or whatever down in Antarctica to make that earthquake?
The new one that, yeah.
Well, it's not new.
No, it's not new. It's just newly released. Like, people are... There was, what was that, a whistleblower that came out?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what's interesting about that NASA's, the rockets, is the APEP. So you have Ra, the sun god, blocked out by the moon, and APEP's like gonna go up there and destroy the moon.
When, nerds get to name shit. When people get to name shit, we get Bodie McBoatface, things like that. So
well, remember, I mean, the whole past couple years Rona thing was written by a bunch of 5th graders. Started off, and we knew it. Started off. Oh, they went on the toilet paper.
Right.
That's like Dogman Underpants book, Kylan and Ryan have, when they're younger.
Choose your own story.
But I didn't. See, I'm not able to just find that video easily. I'm not sure where you found it from.
I can't imagine why that would be, slightly.
findable?
That's why, yeah, you want me to send it?
What
You want me
are we talking about?
You'll have to send it to him to send to me, and
okay, hold on. I am going to. There you go.
anyway, along with that,
Oh, you can. I like the guy. I'll give a shout out to him. Richie from Boston. I have a lot of respect for it.
It's Richie from Boston.
Yeah, you can look him up. Or where do you want me to try to send this?
All right, so if we have
Check it
to,
like
if we
one
have,
the
so
other
we know the
and
solar
then, of
eclipse
course,
is coming.
with all
Yeah.
of that,
Well, I mean, while we're looking for that stuff real quick, so we know that we're gonna have. What is the deal with them talking about all the cicadas? There's like
Yeah, it's the other
cicada
one.
broods
There's a
that are supposed to
13-year
also be-
cycle and a 17-year cycle.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a couple of
19-year
different
cycle.
years for both of them. Yeah, but
The
you know,
last
they're
time,
never the same.
1803.
it's two different
That this-
generations.
that they
Oh,
both
they
happened
happened
at the
the
same
same
time.
Thomas Jefferson was president.
1803?
1803.
Okay.
13-year cycle and a 17-year cycle
Okay,
emerged
yeah.
at the same time in a rare synchronized event that last occurred in 1803. This year's let's do this.
No,
This
so
year's
brood
group of
12 and
cicadas,
brood 9.
known as the Brood 13
13, yeah.
and Brood 14, happen to make their homes
What?
adjacent to one another with a narrow overlap
want
in
that.
center.
No, bro, that's brood 19. XIX.
Oh, sorry, 19, not 15.
That's all right.
14. Sorry.
Different meaning with
Yes,
the
it says
numbers.
19 and 13. Cicadas will emerge from Maryland to Oklahoma, Illinois, Alabama, and a big coming out will be April and May,
And
depending on weather.
the overlap, is there an overlap map? Because that's kind of interesting. In like southern Illinois, I just heard about this today and
Oh,
was
they
looking
just
at
had
it.
a map right there, but yeah. Oh, I think it. Oh, no. When you just start.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. Just
Let's see where that goes. See how it was interesting because I was pretty sure that this area is going to overlap where the X is made by the eclipse from 2017 and this one on Monday, or real close, I think.
Well, before
like-
you do that, do cicada April 2024 map and eclipse map, and eclipse path. Is that what you're saying?
That is the eclipse path.
Yeah, but I mean,
Minus what they're not showing
But I
in
think-
Texas and
I
like,
think what
further
Will was
up
saying
northeast.
is that like which eclipse, one of the previous eclipses and this eclipse, where they happen to have crossed paths.
Are we sharing the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will
Oh, I can't.
also
Oh.
meet with where these two broods happen to also run into each other.
Hold on. I'm trying to.
Oh, you can't see him.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the map all the way on the one on the right.
This one.
Yeah, can you enlarge that map?
Enhance. Sorry, I'm gonna keep using that joke.
I love it.
I know.
All right. Let's
Hey,
see.
what did that say? Jupiter and your Plumbus?
No, we're not donating. Let's see.
Don't you love that? Put it in incognito. Does that work?
The cicada. It's a
That's
weird
funny.
little
I have a
creature.
video of a
There we go.
wasp and a cicada
That's-
fighting.
Blue is the
That's kinda
Brood
it.
13. Blue Brood 19 is red.
They're gonna overlap,
See, but I
and
think
then
I don't think the projected path really goes that far north. It doesn't go through Michigan.
no, and this one's a little. This map is different,
Little
than the. That's why I wanted to look at that other map that we tried to enlarge because it actually had like the same colors, red and blue, for the same areas, but in a different. Like it was.
Much more exaggerated, or not exaggerated, but
You see the light blue and the green in the middle by the yellow. I was talking about that. It's a.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So the light blue is 19.
13.
The light blue is 19 and the dark green is well, I don't know. I would
those
say
are
that
showing
you're-
all of
13.
them in
Hold
the
on.
years they
You're
emerged.
the bottom on the legend.
the light blue
2029.
Your 13-year cycle is the dark green right here in Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, a little bit of Arkansas, down in Louisiana.
What? Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, and then this light blue.
The light blue is the 19 and the 13-year cicada.
So 13 is this one. This color.
No,
here.
that's brown, bro.
It says Brood 13. 2024.
It's Brood 13, but on a 17-year cicada cycle.
Yeah, that is
a one.
year.
Yeah.
But it shows it
And
way
this
up
is
north.
Brood right here. This color.
Okay,
This
and
color. The only.
so it's the blue and
the
the
rest
dark
of them
brown.
are just showing everyone. They see all the
Okay.
dates. 2013, 2015.
Yep, that's what I was trying to. Cool. Brown.
That's an even worse map.
Because it's showing ones that aren't
Yeah.
even emerging right now.
Yeah, my
Well,
bad.
I mean, there are ones
But-
that are, but yeah, not.
Anyway, the fact that both of these are going on and this doesn't happen, both of these to happen at the same time is.
I mean, I guess you're getting. There is a little bit of overlap.
Okay,
but
so
not-
let's start
Yeah.
back
we
first
bumped that one. I saw that lady's.
with the
talking
solar
about it.
eclipse happening April.
I knew what you were talking. As soon as you said
I wanted to check into it, but it still doesn't. Okay, this is why I like the omens, like the signs of the times.
Oh,
Like-
I don't care. Ass. It's all about ass.
I know.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Anxiously
Awaiting the solar storm.
Well, let's
clarify which one we're talking about. That's all.
do that again.
You know.
Let's see.
Any of the strong ones. Oh, that's cute. All right.
Why didn't it do it?
Are you doing that?
Okay, wait. So go to your
not doing that.
this of
Hold on.
totality. Nope.
Let's go here and go back to it and see if it does it. Oh, nice Google.
It's trolling
Nice
you.
Google.
All right, go to either one of those two any of the maps that have the X's. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
So I guess it is pretty close.
It's
Yeah,
it's close.
It is close.
And
So
the gist that I'm hearing is that that's close to the area of the United
Yeah.
States
So
called
it is
Little
close.
Cairo, Egypt,
Interesting.
and that was where these two are exact. Even the overlap
It's crossing right over the Bass Pro Shop there in Spring. Oh, no.
along the
Say
36
Illinois is
parallel.
where they were going to be. Is that near Illinois? What is that? Kansas? That's Kansas. Louisville. It's Kentucky.
Yeah, you've got Springfield, Illinois. Or is it?
Yeah. Well, Springfield's off to the west a little bit, I think. So it's just below St. Louis.
Okay.
Oh, Buffalo.
So, yeah, the where they're emerging is right where it overlapped, but it's what 7 years between them overlapping.
Yeah.
So along with
And lightning struck before that earth. Sorry, before I forget.
yeah,
Lightning struck the Statue of Liberty
yep.
before the earthquake.
Interesting. So now, why is this one so much different? Because it's going to be such a big one and it's going to last so long?
Because it's the longest.
Because it's so wide and it's the longest lasting? Man. That's interesting.
TxDOT shut down trucks for 30 counties along that path.
So according to this, the reason this one is going to be so special. Get your glasses if you don't have them already.
Ships immediately.
I had a pretty good video of why. Let me go and find this video I have of pretty much explaining why this is going to be such a big deal. And it really does sum it up. It's a good one. So let me go here.
In typical Texas April fashion, they're saying we're going to get screwed.
There we go. All right, so let me change this over.
Total solar eclipses happen all the time, once every 18 months or so, on average. In theory, you could see dozens of them in your lifetime, but you won't. The one coming up on April 8th may very well be the only one you will ever experience, if you're lucky, and I'm going to explain why.
This is an experience beyond all experiences. You can't prepare yourself properly for what this is like.
I've been told to see a total solar eclipse is a defining moment in one's life. The bright sky gives way to a creeping darkness. The ambient light changes. The air gets colder and the moon slow glides into place. These brilliant beads of light shimmer and disappear one by one. until there's nothing left but that dancing glow of the sun's corona, its atmosphere, giving this halo to the moon.
The spiky streamers and long brushes and these shapes that you can't even describe come shooting off the surface of the sun.
But the sun's rays, completely blocked.
You cannot prepare yourself for how intensely cosmic it is to stand in the shadow of the moon and observe the corona. So that lead up, those last 15, 20 minutes leading up to the shadow of the moon arriving on top of your head and transforming your environment, it is a peak experience. It was a peak experience in my life.
Wow, I never thought I'd see this. Oh my goodness.
In some cultures, there are entire rituals devoted to solar eclipses, and understanding what makes a total eclipse rise above the rest is a big part of its magic. Okay, so we have our sun, we have our moon, and no Earth, because you're the Earth, okay? Your camera angle that you're looking through right now represents you looking out into the sky, looking at space, and looking at the sun. So, a total solar eclipse is when the moon, which orbits the Earth, orbits you about once every month, when the moon happens to line up exactly with the sun. Which, considering the two things aren't anywhere near the same size, is sort of amazing. But your camera angle helps us explain why. In reality, the sun is about 400 times bigger than our moon, but by
And
sheer
they're 400
dumb
times
cosmic
distance.
luck, it's also about 400 times farther away. So in our sky, they can appear to be the same size. I mean, that's the whole joke with that old Kids in the Hall head-crushing skit.
I pity you and I curse you. Sorry, nothing personal. I'm apolitical.
Kids in the hall. Thought about that.
Okay, you can stop that. But then why don't we have total eclipses every month if that's how often the moon comes between us and the sun? Well, because the moon's orbit is not always perfectly aligned with the Earth and the sun all the time at the same time. It's a bit angled. So imagine in some random month, the moon could be orbiting the Earth in its off-angle axis, and when it comes directly between us and the sun, it might actually be here. So it's not actually blocking the sun at all. Or maybe we only get a partial eclipse, which is when the moon passes over the sun, but never quite completely covers it up. Or sometimes, because the orbit is an oval, it's not a perfect circle, meaning sometimes the moon is farther away from us than normal. It actually appears smaller in the sky than the sun. We call that an annular eclipse. Or maybe you've heard of the Ring of Fire eclipse. Same thing. But the moon casting a shadow on the Earth in such a precise way so that the sun and the moon are exactly the same size in the sky, and they overlap exactly one on top of the other, that only happens once every 1 or 2 years. And for you and me specifically, depending on where you live, April 8th might be even more special than that. In reality, the moon's shadow on Earth will be like the head of a pin at any given moment. So while we have very precise knowledge of exactly where that pinpoint will be at any given hour on April 8th, it's so small and it's moving that the odds of you ever having been in that sweet spot before are pretty slim. Because sometimes that total eclipse is over the ocean, or the southern tip of Africa, or slicing through Japan. For a city in what's called this path of totality to ever find itself in that shadow cone again, on average, you'd have to wait about 375 years.
Mostly we have to go all the way around the world and back to see these things. This is a gift.
375 years for it to hit your
Bad
specific
choice of
place.
words. When he said we have to
again.
go all the way around the world and back. Doesn't really make sense to me when he said that. I'm like,
Well,
mean the
what do you want
sun?
to talk about going all the way around the world, Will?
The moon can't come between the earth and the sun and block it. It is a light. That is my opinion.
the moon can't block the sun?
Because it is a light.
What's a light?
That moon is a light source. just as the sun is a light source. I don't believe it
How
is
is the moon a
solid.
light
I don't
source?
believe. You asked my question, the opinion I answered.
But when we have a lunar eclipse where the sun comes, the moon comes between, the Earth comes between the moon and the moon is dark. If it was a light source, that means that the Earth was in the way of the moon and the sun, and we're casting our shadow on the moon, it would still be lit up.
3-Body Problem, Netflix show.
I started it.
Watch it. Look at the aspects. I mean, they do a pretty decent job explaining that there's that idea.
Okay.
And I think that idea is more real than.
I don't know. I haven't made it past like the first episode because I'm pirating and there's no subtitles and I have no idea what's going on in 1960s China.
The Google's gonna shut you off.
Fuck the Google. So, all right.
Light source?
The moon is a light source, okay? All right. There's only a minute of this left.
Kilometer wide moving pinpoint. As the moon's shadow cuts a swath through southern Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes, the closer you are to that circle's center, the longer of a total eclipse you'll get to experience. Maybe as many as a few minutes, if you're in the right place at the right time, and if you have clear skies. That's the real wild card, and why the most dedicated eclipse.
Out of all my planning for the eclipse, all of my planning, all of my thoughts, everything I put into this, you know what I forgot?
An air
Weather
blender.
modification.
The weather.
That weather modification that started
Fuck
blowing in
weather. So where I'm
yesterday.
planning on going, it's supposed to be fucking cloudy. Otherwise, I should have been going to Mexico or fucking somewhere
Well,
further.
you know, those of us that either don't watch or miss it due to the cloud cover and the rain that has come in, that's okay. Hollywood's going to do a great job showing stuff online, videos.
There's another one coming up in Europe in 2024. 2026.
Maybe that's when the aliens will come.
2026, I think. So I might have to go to that one.
Maybe they'll open the portal and the aliens come through on that
Oh,
one.
please, just get it over with. Man, where's that? Did I send you that video? All right, I gotta play that next. I'll play that after this.
There are all heading to
My
Mexico.
sentiments.
So I've chosen Mazatlan in Mexico. It's way down on the Pacific coast of Mexico, looking out into the Pacific Ocean. And when you look at the whole
Mazatlan?
path of totality this time, it has the greatest chance of clear skies. Then as you move up into the United States and then across Canada, the chance of clouds increases as you go along. So I'm choosing Mexico simply because we have a very high likelihood of seeing the thing.
I should be clear.
It'll be a big
If you're
emotional
not
letdown for
in this
people
very
to
specific
miss it
shadowy
from clouds.
area, that means
Well, they say that a ton of people are already canceling all their Airbnb stuff, all over the states.
Are they going to cancel the state of emergencies? Leave them implemented as a precaution?
Oh, who knows?
All right, so along with that, this is my video of.
Trying to log all of us into the same.
Do it. Don't fuck around. Just relax.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm sick of waiting.
true.
Is that like a new anthem clip? Thank you, courtesy of Sean William Scott.
That's really what
Stifler.
we're all about here,
Like,
man. I'm sick
give
of
that
waiting.
credit.
Let's get this shit over.
Whoever made that.
If the end is nigh, I'm ready. Let's go.
Bro.
Well, so off from the cicadas.
Okay, no, eclipse first. We got the eclipse, so that's why it's such a special eclipse, because the odds of seeing this stuff that all lining up perfectly, the chance of seeing this one again, the fact that totality line is like perfectly over the states, giving people the most time to see it. If you're within the totality line, it's gonna be the longest, up to a 4.5 minute long eclipse.
It's supposed to be a very wide one too. I think
Yeah.
that's one of the other things is like the swath of land, the shadow it's casting.
What is it, like
is gonna be wider
120
than most.
miles? 128 miles?
It's pretty wide. I forget what it was. Yeah, it's like it was like it's pretty far. I think it is like 100 and something miles.
All right, so
Find the Kingslayer,
we're gonna look up the width of.
the girth of the eclipse.
115 miles.
Okay.
It's 115 miles wide.
No.
So across the path of the Earth's surface, roughly 90 miles at the Earth's equator, 600 miles width at the poles, 200 to 500 miles.
Oh, it says sum total eclipse. this one.
5 phases can be observed from the path of totality. So there'd be 5 phases of the moon covering. If you're in the path of totality, you'll have 5 moon phase or eclipse
Well,
phases.
put width of 2024 because they're trying to tell you the science behind it. And it's like we already know the science. Well, just go to NASA one real quick. I'm sure they'll say how wide it is. I don't know if we'll take it as truth. No, maybe not. Wider, 62 to 71.
And this one,
Yeah. Yeah, it was 62 to 71. So, not quite double, but,
Okay.
Well, for all of us in Buffalo, we'll enjoy it.
Buffalo Springs.
All right. So, so everybody's supposed to be able to now see the Devil Comet.
Yep. Okay. So lining up with that, you'll be able to see this in the night sky, I believe, with binoculars, is what I remember hearing about. But also
On the 8th.
during the eclipse, you should be able to see it as well because it will be dark enough to see stars if you're in the path of totality. And the Pons-Brooks comet will be visible during the eclipse. It'll travel by Earth for the first time in 71 years. It'll make its closest approach on the 21st, passing 74.4 miles away of our star, of the sun. Okay, so this says its distance from the sun will make it less visible during the eclipse.
So, quick question.
What's
Wait,
that?
what now?
Why is it called the Devil's Comet? Or why are they calling it that? Oh, okay.
You know, the world says devil has horns.
Interesting. So yeah, apparently you'll be able to have this ominous devil comet passing over during the eclipse in the week of. So that's the second thing that's happening
All right.
this upcoming week. The next one is going to be one of my personal favorites. The CERN Large Hadron Collider being rebooted. The timing is a little suspicious. So the first beam of protons briefly run around, and the first collision of proton beams are expected on April 8th, when all of the tests and fine-tuning of the machines are over. Why April 8th? Beams through the tunnel where they will collide to hunt for dark matter, which makes up around 28% of the massive universe. I just saw an article not that long ago that think that dark matter may not even exist. But
So,
scheduled the same day as the Great Northern Eclipse. It doesn't say why.
all right. So I got a question now. I'm
Very big.
sure. Don't neutrinos pass all the way through the
Anything.
planet?
Yeah, they go through anything.
So they'll go through the moon. So it's
Is it
not like
neutrinos or protons?
well, I think neutrinos, isn't it?
So they can.
Thinking that maybe it's going to help block out
you're right.
neutrinos.
Neutrinos are subatomic particles that can pass through bodies of Earth and anything. It just goes right through.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was like when I was reading something or watching a documentary of NASA astronauts, or
well, that's what
they said that you would see a flash of light in your eyeball, and that was basically the neutrino going through your ocular cavity or through your iris, I guess is the word I'm looking for, to where they would see this bright flash of light. It was like a neutrino going through their body.
Interesting. Well, I mean,
I thought it was photons. I thought it was photons, though.
Photons emit light. Photons emit light.
Yeah, I guess they both do. So I'm not sure which one I'm thinking of. But yeah, okay, so what were you saying?
Oh,
So we have this
I guess I'm
Large
wrong on that.
Hadron
What am I
Collider
thinking of?
that's going to be cooked back on April 8th as well during the eclipse. Reason being, I'm guessing you like to, I don't know. Let's find out why. I want to know why now. Let's see, where does this say?
Wait, millions of troops, blah, 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 blah.
There's going to be this article here. So,
But it's not going through Europe. So,
let's see
I
why.
don't know what I'm thinking of. They shoot protons.
On April, the team will send the beams through the tunnel where they will collide. The team will be on the hunt for dark matter, which makes it 20% of our universe. Does it say why? The total solar eclipse occurs when the moon completely blocks the sun. Yes, a spectacle. The purpose is to let the scientists test predictions for different particle physics, including the measure of properties.
So just talking about the Higgs again. So they're just
It
throw in
doesn't
there.
really say why
Somebody's
they picked
like-
that same day to do it.
They just throw it in there. They're like, somebody's gonna put this as a search term, and we're gonna get both batches. In
Yet
here.
another coincidence. So we got CERN.
That's a crafty writer. What's he or she's name?
We got CERN lining up with the eclipse. We got there's more. I mean, that's not even like we're not even halfway through it all.
Well, okay. So wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The last time that CERN was
Yeah.
on the skies in Minnesota
Turn green.
turned green.
Green skies in Alabama or Georgia? What'd you say?
Green skies in
Minnesota. Oh, sorry.
I may be off on the state. Oh, then
It's one of those Odas.
Me.
CERN Grease guy down there on TikTok. You been watching TikTok? Yeah, go to that one right there.
I mean, that's
There you go, right there. It's literally saying exactly what you're.
South Dakota skies turn.
I
eerie
told you,
green
it's one of them Odas.
amid storm.
Oh, that's a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
Rare atmospheric phenomenon.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, CERN did not open a portal to another
All I
dimension.
can say is this: is I'm glad that at least our generation is just having to guess stuff on TikTok instead of getting our shit hacked through emails like the boomers. All we got to do is worry about is everybody lying to us instead of one sucker sending us an email.
okay, they said no. They did not. That was written in 2022.
That was Snopes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't succeeded.
Yeah, the first is the test run. Just a test
But why
run.
would it open up over here instead of over Europe?
Would it even be a portal? Would it even be a
Bro, have you heard about the portal that you can stand in front of in New York City they built and see Dublin?
Yeah.
Dublin, you look-
I've heard of that bar.
Yeah,
and they
it's a-
pour heavy drinks.
Yeah. No, it's a camera. It's a
Green
a
green
camera
skies,
video
St.
camera. Yeah.
Patty's Day.
Very cool concept, but
It sounds like somebody's drunk and Irish.
I think that the Hadron Collider isn't necessarily going to open portals rather than merge dimensions. That's what it's supposed to. That's what the biggest conspiracy theory about it is, that it merges dimensions. So if it's turned on, Yeah, it opens up dimensions. So, the first time it was turned on, we possibly either collided or swapped places into a dimension that was not our own. Hence all the Mandela effects. And no, Chick-fil-A never had a fucking K in it. I used to work there. Yet I know people that tell me that JCPenney's has always had 2 E's in it.
No, it had 2 N's.
2 E's and 2 N's. Penney. What do you remember it as? That's what I remembered as until I Googled it and that didn't exist. I'm just like,
when I was 8, when they were still in business.
Dude, people are still getting JCPenney photos. What are you talking about?
oh, like the glamour shots of pennies.
Well,
If I could find
we had Sears, JCPenney's,
Montgomery
Ward. Dude, Montgomery Ward had. Well, I have Montgomery Ward shirt still. I'm old. It's a nice shirt though.
All right, along with all of that, so you got the eclipse, you got the Devil Comet, you got CERN. NASA's going to be launching some rockets during the eclipse to observe the effect of an eclipse on the ionosphere when the moon and the sun line up.
No, this isn't the first time NASA's
Probably not.
shot rocket. No, like they do that.
Okay, yeah.
Rockets up during an eclipse.
Yeah.
For whatever scientific testing that they're sending in.
Oh my! When I was first told about this, the reason that this became a fun conspiracy for me, even though I'm pretty sure it's just for testing and observation, was that I was told that all 3 were going to launch at exactly 3:33. As you can see, that is not confirmed.
No, they're launching one.
Yeah, right here.
And they're going to launch.
Yeah.
Launching
45 minutes apart. Yeah.
Oh, that's.
So, that was another interesting one. So let's get rid of that one. Working our way down the list here.
Well, but I don't understand. So they're gonna wait a minute. I don't understand. So where are they? So what rockets are they launching?
The NASA's Wallops flight. It's what's it called?
So they're launching from Virginia. So what rockets are they launching?
They're
what style of
using,
rocket? Okay, there we go. Keep scrolling. What we got here? APEP. Go up a bit. All right, you can go down, sir.
Did it say up here? It didn't say the models there.
No, it just says it's an APEP rocket, but I mean it's not a large rocket.
That just says the.
I mean it's not a large rocket. They're strictly atmospheric. They're not going outside of.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're not going outside of the atmosphere. So, but it's not going to be underneath any of the. It's not going to be underneath the eclipse.
Not under it.
Yeah, so it's just going to read kind of what's going on next to us or next to the eclipse.
It's going to race through the atmosphere, reading small disturbances and perturbations of radio frequencies and communication to figure out what effect it has on the way we.
Here, scroll up a little bit. No, scroll up a little bit, please. Yeah, right there. So that's interesting. I wonder if you can get a different view of that for different seasons.
This right here?
Yeah.
That's the 2017 eclipse.
What are they saying they're measuring in that?
So they only go 260 miles up. I'll measure charged and neutral particle density and surrounding electric magnetic fields.
All right.
It will eject 4 secondary instruments the size of a 2-liter soda bottle.
So how high are these going?
260. It's right here. 260 miles.
Okay,
yeah.
well, that's pretty high then. Okay.
They're not real giant.
No. I thought they'd be a little bit bigger.
They did it the eclipse last year. It's kind of a graphic of what it does.
Yeah.
So just below satellite levels.
No, I mean, it's getting pretty good. It's still below
and then it launches an
the.
instrument that stays up there and kind of floats down
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah. No, it's still like. Wait, is that below the cardinal line? Either way.
It'll be a live stream, which will be cool. So we have that lining up along with, is that this one? So then, of course, that leads way into the, was it this one?
No, I think what were we going to talk about? Taiwan's first? Well,
The
okay,
earthquake.
so
basically
well,
into earthquakes.
and then didn't we have a solar storm? Was that
That was a few weeks ago.
a few weeks ago?
It was a massive solar storm that I didn't even know hit until I read about it 2 days
Yeah.
later, because it did not affect pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Now, the earthquake in Taiwan, I thought was incredibly crazy because there are giant buildings knocked over. 7.4 magnitude earthquake, strongest in 25 years. It's kind of like, man, that's insane. That's a building that fell, but still sitting upright somehow. And then a couple days later, you get another one, or at least a 4.8 or 5.5 in New York, New Jersey area.
4.8.
4.8.
It's kind of interesting because the eclipse happens on
4.8. Man, I read anywhere from 4.4, 4.8, and 5.5. So
yeah, it's 4.8.
let's see. 4.8?
4.8 is what the
4.8, 4.8. All right. Apparently it was exactly 4.8. And then if I could find that video you had of the journalists saying the eclipse coming up, that would be great. I'm sorry, the earthquake coming up. Let me see if I can find that. So basically he was showing me what did you remember what city that was from? There we go.
This is what happens when they realize that most people are absolutely, completely asleep, dumbed down, and don't realize what's going on. They can say the truth right in front of your face, and you won't even hear it, for the most part.
Earthquake in 140 years, John.
Look at all of that. And it's not over yet because we've got the eclipse earthquake coming up on Monday. As Deborah Ross was telling us, it's going to be a transformative experience for anybody who was in the area.
So
I think he's an old man that misspoke.
we got the eclipse earthquake coming up on Monday.
He was speaking of McConnell.
No, you pull a McConnell.
Oh.
We have the
You pause.
did he meant to say we have the eclipse coming up on Monday?
No, we have the eclipse earthquake coming
But
up.
did
on
he
the
mean to
8th.
say earthquake or not?
I don't think he did.
I don't think she did, but watch her react.
All right, let's do this again. God, this is hilarious.
Earthquake in
I don't watch the
140
news.
years, John.
Look at all of that. And it's not over yet because we've got the eclipse earthquake coming up on Monday. As Deborah Ross was telling us, it's going to be a transformative experience.
She's like, what?
Okay, so no, listen, guys. I don't think he meant it because he said it's going to be a transform or whatever he said experience.
Well,
Like he's talking about the eclipse.
Transformative experience.
Yeah, he's talking about the eclipse.
Something's gonna happen.
So here's the thing. If a earthquake happens, where are they at?
Bro, if you
Where are they at?
You have the option, but we're gonna
Channel Fox. It doesn't even
well,
say.
so there. But look, the eclipse runs through Buffalo. The eclipse runs right over Buffalo.
All right, so let's see if there's an earthquake.
Hey, you know what?
What
Because of the
if
eclipse.
what if it's Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters just came out.
Something happened, or you know.
Dude, I'll be blown away if there's an earthquake during the eclipse right after this guy.
Dude, you know how many people would shit their pants and just go full tilt if that happened? You would have all the barely theirs
If you had
going just
you have
off,
you have
man.
an eclipse happening and an earthquake happens during it. It's people are like it's over, end of time.
Bro,
It's
that's what
over.
I'm telling you. All the people on the
Give up now.
or on the fringe would be like, "It's the sign,"
That
and it would
is
be on.
wild.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So that led into the Taiwan.
Wait a minute. Let's just scoot on over to CERN, Statue of Liberty, and another bridge attack.
All right, here we go. So
Before we leave this.
There you go. Look at that.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 5th of April, 2024. So it's been the new year for 5 days.
Give me
And
one
I am
second
in
here.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
All right, so here's the next video, which
We can keep going down that, or what's your name?
I just wanted to see. It's a 13-minute long video. I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Because I spent the last 6 days driving across the United States
Which I can remember. I've watched
so I could get off the West Coast, get out of the desert area, and get to the Ozarks.
Let's see.
This happens the day before an enormous earthquake
Day before.
hits right under Donald Trump's golf course in New Jersey.
God, let's go.
How strange is that? How strange is that? Dutch Sins, if you don't know who he is, he's been on YouTube just as long as I have. And this dude can predict weather anomalies, etc. so much that the NSA...
Is that picture from from that day being claimed, or just a picture somebody found of?
All sorts of corporations went after him back.
That's it.
Mhm.
Wait, what picture you talking?
The lightning hitting the Statue of Liberty. It probably gets hit a lot, I imagine, like very frequently. Let's find out.
Well, it's made of metal and it's huge, so. And it's the tallest thing on the island. I mean, and copper.
600 times a year. Around average of 600 times a year, it gets struck by lightning. So, twice a day, average. 1.5 a day. Okay.
Back in the
Don't
day,
math
and
me.
he is still kicking. But he posted, yes, I can confirm the rare 5.0 earthquake struck next to, below the Trump golf course in New Jersey. So we've got earthquakes happening in New York. It's in Jersey, but it hits New York. We've got lightning striking the Statue of Liberty all before this is going to happen again. And these guys are warning us that somehow, you know, according to their model, we're on the Earth, the moon's between us and the sun, and the moon's going to...
Look at the hashtags.
Yes, I was about to say, as soon as this was done, hey, let's roll into our next topic.
It does line perfectly up with the next topic.
All right, so we can,
All
right, so
let's blip up just a little bit more.
Let me see where he
and we'll give. All right, so let's see what we got here.
This is the crane falling on the bridge.
Okay.
Let me go. All right, so let me try.
I think I figured it out, but I'm not sure. All the while, another event with a bridge. Another event with a bridge. So this time it wasn't a boat hitting a bridge.
I would have liked to work those in there because there was. Where was the first one? The Dolly. Where was that at? What canal was that? Where it hit the Baltimore? Sorry,
Oh,
my
Baltimore,
brain
yeah,
is
sorry,
having
sorry.
a brain. I'm not braining. Baltimore. Then there was another one in Oklahoma. I'm not sure if that bridge collapsed or not. And there was so we got 3 total boat bridge accidents within a week, and then we have a crane falling on a bridge. Now, coincidental accidents is yes. Demolishing escape routes and creating barrier. I don't know.
Well, the one, and then we had the one in Turkey that knocked down, another container ship, knocked down a bunch of cranes in Turkey.
Oh, I saw that
At
one
a
too.
port.
Yeah. No, I got to know if all of these really happened within a week of each other.
Well, hey, all right,
or
so
they're just
real
old
quick,
footage of videos.
Before
Go
we
ahead.
leave off of this, yes, like you said, our little hashtags down at the bottom.
Well, he put them independently, so if I click on them, it's just going to look up
what is
this
the
word.
RFP?
This word.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's the original guys. All right, well, so before we get off of this, but our next thing was going to be, yes, the social stuff that's all popping up.
So we'll start with this one since.
But before we get too far off of this, can we look up one thing real quick about the crane helping demolish Baltimore Bridge? CIA.
Gotta love Googling those words. Floating crane called the Chesapeake 1000. arrived at the site of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. The crane was really built in
Oh, okay. That's
1972.
super old. Okay.
Called. Okay, what's it? It was built to help construct a deep sea vessel used by the CIA in a secret mission called Project Azorian, to recover a Soviet nuclear submarine that sank in the Pacific Ocean during the Cold War.
Yeah. So they used that crane.
Okay, so going back from all of that, we had let's segue let's go full circle here. You got Eclipse, end of world, end of times, CERN, earthquakes predicted for future, and then this is all leading up to what we want. I mean, what we need to happen is the Fallout movie releasing right after all of this goes down. You fucking vault dwellers. If you haven't watched this trailer, check it out. It's fucking. It looks so. It's not a movie. Sorry, it's a show, right? It's a series.
It's a series coming out on Prime, and I think we've already watched the one. But yeah, so it's just funny. So we have Fallout coming out.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one coming out?
Civil
we got
War.
the movie Civil War.
Civil War, the movie, a 2024 dystopian action film of the. Is it a second Civil War of the U.S.? I have not watched the trailer. The trailer depicts
I think
a fallen empire on the brink of civil war.
The split's already happened. There's a Western line.
Well, judging by this picture, I'm assuming it's the Americas that do it. So, Nick Offerman's in it. Nice. I haven't seen a trailer or anything about it yet, but I'll definitely probably check it out because that just coincides too well. And this, Fallout comes out the 11th?
11th on Fallout.
And then this comes out, when does it say?
I don't know. It should be real quick.
Is it within the month of April?
Yeah, the 12th.
The 12th. So you have Fallout and Civil War coming out pretty much the same weekend.
Yeah, both will be here.
Okay. And then, along with that, I know we've looked this up before. So that's pretty much almost all of the topics we ran through. I know we've looked this up before. Yeah, go ahead.
Back in 1990.
What about it?
It's a rough year.
A band called Sound.
Okay.
They released a song called Black.
Some of my favorites.
I remember that song.
Road.
Won't you come? Won't you come and wash away? Okay, I'm not a singer. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I loved that song. I was a young man when that song was famous or popular.
Teenager in America, 1994. Loved that music video.
That was a great video.
It was. It was
That is a trippy video. I love that movie. Your faces all get distorted.
Backhole Son. That's a different video.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get copyright.
Yeah, I bet you better turn that thing down. Better turn that thing down.
Just pause it. Just pause it. Turn the volume down.
Or played it 1.5 speed.
Let's try and see if that works. Let's see. If
let's try it.
How do I do that? I don't even know how to do it.
Pause. No, go all the way over to your gear.
Before you do that, before you play the song, we'll try that in case something happens. You can just cut that part out.
Okay.
All right, you got your volume on?
Yeah.
All right, just kind of pick random spots.
No, volume's up.
Yeah, you will. Okay, here we go. You see this? Stop right here. You see that face?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is gonna be Joe Biden.
Bro.
No.
There's maybe easier. All right, have you heard of this extremely rare neurological condition that makes your face appear distorted and look like a demon?
Okay.
For the first time, scientists have recreated what one patient suffering from prosopometamorpho
That's a big word.
opsia, or PMO, capital PMO, says when he looks at a face. This is like people, it's rare disorder.
And it causes them to make a face like that?
No, they see that. That's what people
see.
Perceive, okay.
And it's a form of what they call face blindness.
Okay.
That is a rare disease that has been linked to the tied to COVID-19. It's a side effect of COVID-19.
Huh.
Or at least as far as I've gotten right now, is, you know.
All right, I want to hear the song.
That sounds like somebody had a stroke.
Let's try this at 1.5 speed.
But if they're opening up a portal, an interdimension,
Uh-huh.
and oh no, you didn't see that. You really didn't see
Right.
Now, if
the 90s,
if that was cut out for some reason, it means it was copyrighted and we had to get rid of it. So we'll find out if it worked or not when we post it. All right.
This was only a test.
That'd be good, interesting to find out. And then, was there anything else
We
we
love you,
had?
Stam Guard. Don't come for us, please.
Yeah,
Rob
please don't. We're just for fans. Anything else that would have to do with in closing before all of this takes place? Before next week, if there is a next week.
I don't think so. I haven't heard of anything else crazy going on.
Okay. The cicadas. Did we go over that earlier or no?
Yeah, we covered.
Okay, we did. Forgot about that part. I'm looking forward to seeing the April 8th, 2024 eclipse quake.
Yeah. I don't know what they're casting as far as cloud cover or height. Did they say what the clouds are supposed to be? Because I know it's like most of the southern United States is actually supposed to be cloudy.
I saw a video of some guy going through it, and he was like basically going really quick. He's like, "Here, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're screwed. You're screwed. You're screwed." And he went all the way through the U.S.
I'll
It was
go
like-
up a little bit. What was that one?
the American way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That carrot and then,
Yeah, he's good. What's that one on? Yeah.
Ukraine needs more money.
No, what's on Wissahick down there?
Greater than 90% of the Americas.
Yeah.
It was great once in a lifetime.
Y'all calm down. Y'all calm down. Not yet. Not yet. I've already started all this stuff over here. You're going to wait till it comes over there, and then that's when it's going to happen. You know, they're already fighting where I started all this, so we're going to keep it all on that side right now.
You know, that's all.
Dude, that's why I think everybody, you know, everybody in America should go to an air show once. A good air show that has like small planes to, you know, for sure military planes, because most people would never realize what it's like having, you know, a jet flying over you.
99%, 99%, 86%, 99%, 44% cloud cover.
Oh, it's your cloud cover?
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Yes. 100%. The pretty much the one
Mexico.
eclipse going over the states we're not gonna be able to see is what they're saying.
So we got to hurry up and get some Frontier Airline tickets to Mexico.
Yeah.
Or no, I think that. Well, no, they're in Puerto Rico. I think's where they go. Uh-oh.
What was
Heifer's
that?
loose.
Was that
The heifer's loose.
the feds rolling up?
No.
Damn, I want to yell something so bad, but I'll just be nice.
Well, yeah. So maybe, you know, for anybody that would like to, just think about going to your local airport and asking the local flight school what an introductory flight would cost, and then
Let's
try
try.
to go up, and maybe you can get above the cloud cover. I'm sure they'd love the business too.
Yeah. Well,
Hit me
let's
up.
just
I need to finish my license.
let's just hope for let's hope for non-cloudy skies and I'm hoping for non-cloudy skies, earthquakes, and apocalyptic experience. So, is that a person or a wind? Oh my gosh. All right. On that note, thank you for tuning in to the next installation, the most recent installation of Schrodinger's Cast. If all goes well, we will either see you or not see you next week. And I mean, well is a relative term because what is well? We're hoping all this shit ends. So if we don't see it, then it went well. And if we do see it, then it went well as well, I guess.
Sounds well.
Well, see you then. Don't be concerned about the Monday. Don't be too concerned about Monday. We'll get there when we get there. See y'all next time.